Good afternoon, everybody. Our today's topic is use of indicators in EDTA titrations or complexometric titrations. So, indicators are used for the detection of endpoint in complexometric titrations, and various types of indicators are used for detection of endpoint in complexometric titrations. But what are these indicators? These are basically the organic dyes that show a change in their color on complexation with the metal ions. Now, a free indicator is having its peculiar color, but when an indicator is added to a metal ion solution, it gives another characteristic color. So this change in color of the indicator on complexation with the metal ion is used to detect the endpoint in EDTA titrations. And in order to explain this detection of endpoint in EDTA titrations, I will show you an example, or by taking a metal ion example. For example, I am taking general example of M positive, where I am having a metal ion M positive, and I add, if I add an indicator to this metal ion solution, then what will happen? Metal will combine with the indicator to form metal indicator complex. Now this metal indicator complex is having its peculiar color. Now what happens when metal indicator complex data taken in the titration flask reacts with EDTA, which is added from the burette, then metal indicator complex changes into metal EDTA complex. Now why this happens? Why metal indicator complex changes into metal EDTA complex? The reason behind this is that metal EDTA complex is more stable as compared to the metal indicator complex. So I can say that metal indicator complex changes into metal EDTA complex. Now during this process, when EDTA combines with metal ion, free indicator is formed there, or I can say that indicator is set free. So now please note here that earlier we were having metal indicator complex. So this metal indicator complex was having its one color. Now when EDTA is added, then EDTA replaces indicator from the metal ion and indicator is set free. This free indicator is having different color. So we can say that upon adding EDTA, there is change in color of the metal indicator complex into the color of free indicator. So this change in color is detected in complexometric titrations. So this text is all about what I explained you in this example. So you can read text at your own, because I have explained it to you. Next heading is characteristics of a good metal ion indicator. Now first characteristic of a good metal ion indicator is that the indicator must be sensitive to the metal ions so that there is quick color change at the end point. What is first condition? That indicator must be sensitive to the metal ions so that there is a quick color change at the end point. Mean indicator on combining with the metal ion should give its color easily. Secondly, there should be color contrast between the free indicator and the metal indicator complex so that the change in color is observed easily. Now what is the meaning of color contrast? Means that the color of the metal indicator complex and that of the free indicator should be easily observable. Mean you should be able to differentiate between the two colors, that is that of the metal indicator complex and that of the free indicator. Thirdly, metal indicator complex should be sufficiently stable. Why? Because if the complex would be unstable, then there will be no sharp color change. So in order to get a sharp color change at the end point, the metal indicator complex should be sufficiently stable. Why? Because if metal indicator complex is not sufficiently stable, then a sharp color change does not occur at the end point. Next, the metal indicator complex should be less stable as compared to that of the metal EDTA complex. Why? Because metal indicator complex will change into EDTA, metal EDTA complex, to set indicator free only if metal indicator complex is less stable as compared to the metal EDTA. Otherwise, EDTA will not be able to replace the indicator from the metal ion and we will not get any change in color. So it is necessary that metal indicator complex should be less stable as compared to the metal EDTA complex to get a sharp endpoint. Lastly, the color reaction should be specific. That is, definite color change should be there on adding a particular metal ion. For example, if I use iriochrome black tea, when we add iriochrome black tea to magnesium, then it gives wine red color due to the formation of magnesium indicator complex. And when EDTA is added to metal indicator complex, free indicator EBT is formed there, which is blue in color. So means there is a definite color change from wine red to blue, so that we can detect the change in color. Next, I am coming to the indicators used in EDTA titrations. Different indicators that are used in complexometric titrations or EDTA titrations are iriochrome black tea, which is also pronounced or written in small as EBT, Meroxide, fast sulfone black F, and Chalcon, etc. Although other indicators in addition to these are also used, but I am focusing here only on the most common indicators that are used. So most commonly iriochrome black tea is used and Meroxide is also used. So iriochrome black tea, what is iriochrome black tea? Iriochrome black tea is sodium salt of 1 hydroxy 2 naphthylazo 6 nitro 2 naphthol 4 sulfonate. This is the structure given in the picture. You can see it is having two naphthalene rings. So in the first naphthalene ring it is having one hydroxyl group at first position, and at the second position it is having azo group, mean nitrogens are there, and in the second ring it is having another hydroxyl group at 2 position and nitro group at 6th position and sodium sulfonate at 4th position. So that's why its name is sodium salt of 1 hydroxy 2 naphthyl azo 6 nitro 2 naphthol 4 sulfonate. Now this indicator EBT is having different colors at different pH. For example, below neutral pH its color is red, while in the range of pH 7 to 11 its color is blue, and above pH 11.5 its color is yellowish orange. Iriochrome black tea is also known as solochrome black tea and is used in the complexometric titration of various metal ions, but most commonly iriochrome black tea or solochrome black tea is used in the titration of magnesium ions, but can also be used in the titration of other ions like cobalt 2, nickel 2, copper 2, zinc 2, cadmium 2, mercury 2 or mercurous, lead 2, etc. Now next is preparation of iriochrome black tea indicator solution. Now for using iriochrome black tea, it is generally used in the form of ethanolic or alcoholic solution for the titration. Mean alcoholic mean you can use ethanol or methanol also. So preparing iriochrome black tea, we need to take 0.2 grams of iriochrome black tea and to dissolve it in 5 ml of absolute alcohol, and then 15 ml of triethanolamine is added to this. This solution is stable and can be stored for long time. So this is how you can prepare Eriochrome black tea. Next indicator is Muroxide. Muroxide is ammonium salt of perpuric acid. This is the structure of ammonium salt of perpuric acid. You can see it is having two rings, not benzene ring, but these are rings having amide groups here. So this is ammonium perpurate. So Muroxide is also having different colors at different pH. Below pH 9 it gives red violet color, while in the range of 9 to 11 it gives violet color, and above pH its color is blue. Next, Muroxide is commonly used in the titration of calcium ions, but can also be used for the titration of cobalt 2, nickel 2 and copper 2, etc. Next is preparation of Muroxide. Muroxide is used in the form of aqueous solution, and for this 0.5 grams of powdered Muroxide is dissolved in 100 ml of water, and the solution is allowed to stand so that undissolved part settles down. Now when this undissolved part settles down, we need to decantate the solution. Now by using decantation we can remove the supernatant, and the supernatant is used as indicator for titration. But please note here that aqueous solution of Muroxide is unstable and must be prepared each time, but you can use undissolved residue again and again by dissolving it in water to get fresh indicator solution. Next is Chalcone. Now Chalcone is chemically almost similar to EBT, and it is also sodium salt of 1,2-hydroxy, 1-naphthyl azo, 2-naphthol, 4-sulfonate. This is the structure of Chalcone. You can see the difference between EBT and Chalcone is that it is not having nitro group at 6th position. Other things are same. So Eriochrome black tea is having, or I can say Chalcone is having structure similar to EBT with only difference lying in the nitro group. So it is also known as Solochrome dark blue or Eriochrome blue black R, and it is used in the complexometric titration of calcium 2 ions in the presence of magnesium 2 at pH of about 12 or 12.3. Next is preparation of Chalcone solution. Chalcone is used in the form of its methanolic solution and is prepared by dissolving 0.2 grams of Chalcone in 50 ml of methanol. This methanolic solution of Chalcone is generally used for the titrations. So that was all about the use of indicators and different indicators that are commonly used in complexometric titrations. Thank you.